A gives us the context and the premise of these statements. While very general, it connects with most of the other statements. A says these difficulties are masked by a false certainty, perhaps to counter the opposite but equally dogmatic rightist interpretation. Now, we don't need this part, counter the opposite but equally dogmatic rightist interpretation. What we need is this. These difficulties are masked by a false certainty. What this is talking about is given by the rest of the statements. E says one of the most problematic aspects of Thapar's interpretation of ancient India is the manner in which she uses Vedic literature as a master text for understanding the history of India between 1200 and 600 BC. This is talking about this person, Thapar, her interpretation of ancient India in the manner in which she uses Vedic literature as a master text for understanding the history of India in a certain time period. So that is not necessary. We see the problem with this mentioned in D, which says her narrative glosses over the enormous difficulties in dating the Vedas and in extracting history out of them. And finally, we see this connection reinforced in B. This is surprising as the archaeological picture does not match the one drawn from texts on certain important points. So we are talking about, now we have the terms, the archaeological picture or historical interpretation and the one drawn from texts, or one could say scriptural interpretation. If we connect these terms, archaeological picture or interpretation versus that from text, if we use that on E, we find that E talks about, in particular, about archaeological interpretation, in which she uses Vedic literature as a master text for understanding the history of India. Finally, we come to statement C, which says, and although Thapar repeatedly asserts the importance of archaeological evidence, she does not use it on her analysis of the traditions of the golden past of India. But this is contradictory because we see here this statement says, while Thapar repeatedly asserts the importance of archaeological evidence, she does not use it on her own analysis of the traditions of India. This is directly contradictory to E, which says she uses Vedic literature as a master text for understanding the history of India. So this person draws a correlation between literature, Vedic literature or scriptural texts, and the history of India. But then, so what she does essentially is that she tries to connect, or she takes as granted that the archaeological picture and the one from the text is connected. While this statement B, it says that they don't match at all. D then, or rather C then, says Thapar repeatedly asserts the importance of archaeological evidence. She does not use it on her analysis of the traditions, but she actually does use it. That's suggested by E. So E can be connected with D and B. C thus must be the odd statement. So we have eliminated A, B, D, and E. The statement that is most different is C. So the correct answer is C.